Today, we're diving into the leadership principles from a book by Doc Murphy called Eagle Leaders. And it's a really fascinating way to look at leadership because it's all built around one single powerful metaphor, the eagle itself.
So, the book kicks off with this very question. It uses the eagle as this symbol for a very specific kind of leader, one whose natural habits, whose instincts are seen as a mirror for some really effective leadership traits. And here it is, the core definition we're going to be working with today. Throughout this explainer, we're going to unpack every single one of these characteristics and really explore what, according to the book, sets these so-called eagle leaders apart from, well, the rest of the flock. So, let's get into it. We're going to start with one of an eagle's most famous behaviors, the fact that they fly alone. But, as you're about to see, this isn't just some random habit. Oh no, it's a totally strategic choice. You see, the book points out that eagles fly solo to maintain their focus. They're avoiding all the disruption that smaller birds might cause. Now, this isn't about being antisocial. It's all about protecting their energy and staying locked in on their mission. So how does this translate into leadership? Well, it means a style that's super focused and task-oriented. The eagle leader, they value their time. They dodge distractions that don't help the bigger vision, and they prioritize clear, efficient action above everything else.
And this quote from Dr. Miles Monroe just draws such a sharp contrast, right? Pigeons are described as staying on the ground, scavenging, complaining, but the eagle is flying high above all that noise, totally focused and silent.
Okay, now let's talk about two of the eagle's most legendary traits, its unbelievable vision and its unique relationship with storms. Just think about this for a second. From 10,000 feet up in the air, an eagle can spot its target on the ground. The book uses this as a direct metaphor for a leader's strategic vision, that ability to see the big picture, to see the final goal from a way, way higher vantage point. And that kind of vision, it has a really powerful effect. Just like an eagle's focused gaze, a leader's crystal clear vision keeps a team disciplined and keeps them on target. Without it, people can kind of run wild. They lose their direction. Now this is where that idea of fearlessness really comes alive. See, most birds, they see a storm coming and they panic, right? They look for shelter. The eagle, though, does something totally different. It actually uses the powerful winds of the storm to lift itself higher, soaring above all the turbulence. The challenge itself becomes a tool to get to a higher level. And this whole approach is really rooted in the belief that a leader should operate from a place of confidence and faith, not from fear. Instead of getting defeated by problems, the eagle leader faces them head-on, trusting in their ability to navigate and overcome them. But of course, strength and vision, they aren't permanent. They have to be maintained and passed on. Which brings us to two of the most dramatic, most intense processes in an eagle's entire life cycle. Okay, so the book describes this point where an eagle's body actually starts to fail it. So to survive, it has to go through this grueling 5-month process of literally breaking down its old self, its beak, its talons, its feathers, to allow for new growth. And if it does this, it can effectively double its lifespan. It's intense.
So this whole process is just this powerful picture of intentional renewal. For a leader, this isn't about literally plucking out feathers, of course. It's about having the courage to shed what's not working anymore. Maybe it's a micromanagement style that's holding back a growing team, or maybe it's an old strategy that just doesn't work anymore. It's that painful but totally necessary process of letting go to make room for new strength.
And that same intensity, it applies directly to mentorship. A mother eagle doesn't coddle her young. She actually forces them into the sky, makes them fall, so they are forced to learn how to fly. It's a tough love approach, and it's designed for one purpose, to build strength and independence.
So, the key takeaway here is that this method isn't about being needlessly harsh. It's about a deep, deep commitment to empowering other people. The eagle leader gets that real growth only ever happens outside the comfort zone, when people are challenged to use the abilities they didn't even know they had. All right, so let's put all of these pieces together. Let's see the complete picture of the eagle leader that the book really paints for us.
So altogether, these 5 traits, you got focus, vision, resilience, renewal, and mentorship, they create a really distinct and honestly a pretty demanding leadership philosophy. It's a model that's built on strength, on foresight, and this unstoppable drive for growth, both for the leader and for their entire team.
But, at the end of the day, this isn't just a cool animal study. It's presented as a model for our own personal development, which leaves us with one final question to think about.
Looking at these traits, which one of them really speaks to you the most, and which one are you going to start working on developing next?